lady Liane Curtis. We are broadcasting her podcast, Riding the Frequency, on the Bigfoot Outlaw channel. So welcome, lady Liane. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Oh, wonderful. Broadcasting live from Gulf Breeze, Florida. Just left New Orleans the other day. So, yeah.
How is that down there? Is it
crazy? It's wonderful. Yeah, we just got back from the beach. So we're down here going to film a hot spot in Gulf Breeze for UFOs and UAPs. So we actually talked to a high military official about the activity that is not being, hello, Lorna and everybody, talked about in the news media about these incidents of UAPs across the military bases down here that people don't know about.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm coming down there to film.
Funny if I said no comment?
Yeah, they won't go on camera, but they did talk to me off camera, and they were telling me where to set up on the beaches and where to film. And what was really crazy is that some of these military people are like, we're being infiltrated by UAVs. And I'm like, what? Drones? They're like, yeah, because, all of the drones in America and the ones that are made are set with a certain frequency and serial numbers where the military can track.
Unless it's a reverse engineered something. So it might still be us. Like, don't get fooled.
So, but they don't know what they are. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what they are? I'm like,
what? That's I don't even want to get into too much of that because I'll get whooped up. I don't know if I have self-control and patience when it comes to that, because the idea that they don't know what it is fucking bullshit. Period. They know exactly what it is. They've known what it is since the 40s. James Forrestal didn't jump out the window. Period. Anybody who wants to start talking gets whacked. It's just the end of it. That's just the way it is.
One guy said that these UAVs, not UAPs, these drones, they think they're Chinese. I'm like, well, knock them out. They're we think.
They have to say that. The next best one,
right? Chinese.
And short of those two, they're gonna go, oh, it's Iranian. How come none of these are ever Tibetan? Let me ask you that.
Yeah, Tibetan's like, oh.
What are they gonna do? Gong you to death? These guys. I wish it were a Tibetan invasion, because maybe humanity would calm the fuck down.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You're a nice man. You say gosh. I say God. I was raised.
I know, right?
Have a mouth and no filter, and I'll try really hard.
but it's just crazy. So we're down here. We're going to hit up these hot spots. But ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know, I put Lady Liane's Venmo. It's Venmo, right? Liane Curtis -3. That is her Venmo to get her artwork. Remember the last show? Everybody's like, well, how do I pay? And I think it was one for, I don't remember your prices.
Oh, the magnets, whatever. I'll figure it out.
Everybody was hitting me up. They're like, well, how do I pay? Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Right now, the best thing to do is to just email me. If you have that up there, email me directly and I will hook you up.
Yes. And there's different price breaks. You buy 1, buy 2, buy 3, buy 5, buy 20, buy 25, 30, 35, 40. Yes. Come on.
It'll go out USPS. It'll probably go out priority mail, unless you don't want to pay for that. But you guys paying for postage.
Now, somebody did ask me, was it extra for autographs?
Yeah, probably, but I haven't worked that out. On the market, out at these conventions, it's $30 an autograph. But that also has to do with me taking my time to, either travel out of my area or, a day driving back and forth. So it pays for my time sitting at a table. So I don't think $30 is necessarily the thing to do when it comes online. So, let me think about that and so it's not completely ridiculous.
Right. And you're still working on your website, right?
Still working on my website. I didn't. Well, okay. So to be honest, I didn't have time to update the website. First of all, although there are aspects of it that are creative, and when I'm in the mood to do it is usually the best time to do it, because I'll give more I'll give more to it. This week has been a week of absolute creative madness, I can call it. Like my whole thing is, yeah, I'm a channeler. I've channeled, and then I do the light language. That's happened. But for me, for anybody who writes anything, it's not my idea. It's an idea out there that, like, so this song that I started a long time ago and didn't know what to do with, after your very kind, patient listening to me go on last week, it really made me feel like there's an immediacy to humanity getting the message that they have to shift, because we talked about a shift being just even 2 degrees is enough to change everything. So I wrote this song, or finished the song, called Love for Survival, like, and I mean it. So I thought maybe we could play that for everybody.
Yeah.
If you guys want. If you don't want, it's okay. I mean, I know it's all about me, but it doesn't have to be all about me. If that's
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That was, let's see here. And let me pause it here. Let me
yeah,
play it.
you need to figure it out. Like, maybe can you put up the artwork that goes with it while it's playing? Does that work?
Yes, actually, it's there you go.
Oh, well, there's that. That's the intro. That should see eventually when this show starts, before you see Grizzly or me.
Yes.
You're going to see this.
Yeah, so this is a sneak peek. I wanted to show everybody because I thought this was
intro.
pretty cool.
Yeah, this is the intro that I made for this podcast that was just and has been in my imagination for the last 5 years, until Grizzly shows up out of nowhere, like in my meditation. And he's like, "This is the show." Well, you saw it last week. I was like, "What? What do you mean? I have a podcast?"
Yeah, I was like, "What do you mean?"
Right? I built this for us. It's been waiting.
It is right. It is right.
I'm Liane. I'm Liane. Are you ready to ride the party? Are you ready to ride the party?
I am ready to ride the frequency. I thought that is awesome. That's why I was like, come on, let's
I am. That describes all of us. I am that I am. Some people who are very, pardon me, fundamentalists stuck in the think that that's very I don't know about blasphemous, but arrogant. Like, how dare you compare yourself with God? It's like, well, isn't that Jesus's whole message? Is that we're all got a little fractal of the whole big thing. So how is it insulting? I don't get it.
No, absolutely. No, I love it. Now the song is right here, and action.
Love must conquer all. For our survival. Love will conquer all. Love will conquer all. For our survival. Love bound around us all. We choose survival. can be done to relieve the societal tension? Is humanity even aware it needs hard intervention? Injected, infected with lies. Let's get together and let's all open our eyes. Let's fall in love, love will conquer all. For our survival, love bound around us all. We choose survival. Our revolution can no longer be intercepted. All of the programs and lies we've been taught are rejected. We stand up, we wake up for our hearts. Let's get together and let's all do our part. Let's live in love, love will conquer all. For our survival, love bound around us all. We choose survival. Love must conquer all. Yeah, it's a pretty clear message, and I think it's a 911. Like, so I literally pushed the button, like the good kind of push the button.
It's great. So what was your inspiration for that?
I just, after we got done last week, I was thinking about what I had said, and I was thinking about how like raw and vulnerable I got, you know, because it's deeply disturbing to me that my brothers and sisters are so confused for the most part.
Right.
You know, and it's not even like it's just at the rudimentary level, like how we've been taught to identify with our ego selves and what we do. And that's not who you, I mean, I could ask somebody, who are you 15 times and they'll give me crazy answers. Like, I'm a mother. No, it's what you do with who you are. Like, we went through this last week. So like, I did this song, like I wasn't sure how to end it. And I had an idea, but then I didn't do it. Then my friend Randall Kirsch, he's an amazing musician. He and his wife, Liane, they perform all the time in LA. I send my stuff to him, and he'll always give me like mixing notes. Thank God, because I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. And it sounds okay for somebody who has no idea what the fuck, but like, I don't have money to hire fancy producers, and like, and I really don't care. It's more for me about the process and being able to speak my mind, you know? So he said, try bookending it. I was like, I was thinking that, but he said, just I said, I cut and paste it. He said, you cut and paste? I said, yeah. I said, because I wanted to see if it was okay first, but I think I'll try to re-record it. So like, I did that last outro, which is really super, you know, very exposed.
Yeah, it was great.
But I was looking with these two, like, I didn't get it. And then I really literally had to turn around and look at my mom and my dad, who are no longer here. And I sang that last little line to them, you know, the little
Put that back up. Let me change this group here. And there we go. Yeah, look at that.
That's just a couple of pictures I have. But those are the ones that stay in my den. You know, they watch me. They watch me work. They watch over me all the time.
Right.
Which
Right.
brings me to, like, you know, maybe we'll get around to talking about the orbs. But, you know, for now, let's just stick to, let's not be too all over the place, Liane.
Denise says your mom was amazing, Liane.
Thank you, Denise. You were around for, she was alive. You know, Denise was I was caregiving actively while I was also live on Watchers Talk. So, you know, I'd run back and forth from the camera and being on the thing. And then I'd go check my mom and feed her. And then I'd come back like on these literally, there was one, oh my gosh, how many days was it? It was like a week long. It was a long conference.
Yeah.
You know, but that's when I get inspired a lot too, listening to the speakers at these things, you know, everyone, you know, Paul Selig, I mean, there are so many that the names are like bottlenecking in my head, you know, but the cadre of guests that Omar had, a lot of them from Australia, were great. You know, Stephen and Evan Strong, Our Alien Ancestry is their channel.
She says Stone Hobbit.
Yeah, there's that. My beautiful Stone Hobbit. We love Stone Hobbit. Our New Zealand holder downer of the vibes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, she's pretty magical. But yeah, so you know, I get influenced by what I choose to listen to. You know, it helps me encapsulate the big giant message into like 4 lines, you know, which was hard because there are a couple of couplets that I didn't use that are in there, you know, and I'll save it for another song.
Yeah, but for going from a show, right, from going from your emotions and feelings to put that into a song and getting that implemented and ready to play with less than a week, that's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
I mean,
you.
that's pretty impressive. So,
Thank you. Yeah, I have a very weird process. But once I have an idea, the house could burn down because I need to. I get very hyper focused for someone who's all over the place. You know, forgetting to eat. Like, what are the birds eating, destroying now? Better go check them. Oh, my bladder's a little full. Maybe I should go take care of that too. Like, you know, mixing gets pretty intense. Hi, Michelle. I have to
and
get to
speaking
know.
of that, who did you eat dinner with last night?
No.
Ah, yes, inquiring minds want to know.
I've been listening to Eric Hecker talk for a really long time, and I made friends with him, and I've watched him get into it with some people, and he's a fierce protector of the truth, and if he sniffs bullshit, he'll call people out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, and me, I'm a little less in your face with it, but he feels very strongly that anybody who's disinforming needs to get called out because it's not helping.
No.
You know, and there are a lot of people, you know, there are the people who are the real deal. They usually get murdered. And if they're not murdered, they get ridiculed and made to look like, you know, what they're saying is so ridiculous. But, you know, I had a couple conversations after dinner last night, and we decided that we're going to take a little road trip to Montauk on Wednesday.
Oh.
Yeah, he's here shooting a documentary, and they're taking him around, like, you know, a couple little places.
Awesome.
Montauk wasn't on the list. I'm like, I call Montauk.
Awesome.
So, yeah. And what's really interesting, and this is where I feel like I had a little precog something. I'm not a fan of tunnels, but like the Waze, he's staying in Brooklyn. The Waze took me through the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. I refuse to call it anything else. So whatever Waze wants to call it, that's nice. It's the Brooklyn fucking Battery Tunnel, period. Thank you. So I went through there, and as I was driving, one of the quick little thoughts I had was, I wonder what 10 Ocean Parkway looks like, because that's where my mom grew up, in that house. 10 Ocean Parkway. It's where my grandfather had a little luncheonette. This is my grandpa. Oh, his name was Sam Rubinstein. He was an atheist from Russia or Poland, or you know what? Hold on. Maybe that's a little better. Trying to. Anyway, Sam opened up a little luncheonette called Paulette's, which was also on Ocean Parkway. So I have pictures of my mom like as a toddler in the park. And, you know, I'm just whatever, and I'm driving. And
is that what it looks like?
Next thing I know, it's what it looks like it now. Waze is telling me, and I have my Waze in French, so it's yammering in French. J'irai à gauche sur Ocean Parkway. And I'm going, oh, no. It had me driving down the odd side, so I couldn't really see across. But I'm guessing, I don't know if that complex was there. I don't know if that's a new complex and what was once there was ripped down. I know that my mom had a best friend and her big brother who lived there. And what's funny is I actually speak to the big brother neighbor's son. It gets complicated, but my mom had this big crush on Arthur, my best friend Hertha's big brother. Arthur played the piano, or he wrote lyrics, and my mom. So they concocted my mom's first song, which she insists is just, oh God, horrible. I found the sheet music after I found the sheet music. It is kind of hokey. But I've got the first song my mom ever wrote in the 1940s. 1930s. Oh, wow. So 33, maybe not right around 1940, all handwritten out over there with Arthur Auer. So I talk to Arthur's son, Arthur Jr., every once in a while. So one of these days I'm going to have to try to record that.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be real awesome.
Yeah. There's so many things that it's like a treasure hunt in this apartment. My mom kept some things, other things she didn't. Anyway, but so going back to last night, I drove past my mom's house and past Prospect Park where those photos were likely taken. And as I was driving home, I thought I should really circle back and come down here and like go to the park and see if I can find the tree. Good luck. 100 years later, that tree's probably, I don't know, it's either there and huge or long gone. Anyway, that was fun. So Eric's an interesting character. We'll have to have him join us one of these weeks. He said he'd be down.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. We left a little Facebook Live video last night on my Facebook page. So
awesome.
If anyone wants to go back and look at that, they're welcome to.
And I got a message from LinkedIn and Twitter. Yes, I did post her music links out there and her .com, lianecurtis.com. And I think I posted everything else. If you look under the descriptions, how to get all of her musics and her SoundCloud too. All that's out there, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely.
Well, also, you know what? I decided it's not a race and we don't have to be slick and perfect. We're just figuring this out. Like I did 2 interviews, one with a fella named, I don't know, do you guys know who Ruben Langdon is?
I heard of him. Don't know him personally.
The first show I started watching when I rejected mainstream and my bread and butter world was interviews with ED. I decided to try a 30-day free Gaia subscription. And so I was like, what's this? Interviews with extra dimensionals. What the hell is this? And so I turned on the first episode and I literally thought I might as well have caught like a whole army of flies. And all of the stuff that these people were channeling was like resonating very deeply, some more than others. Lisa Royal Holt, I like her stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I reached out to Ruben on Facebook, and he was really, really nice and friendly. And, you know, I'd email him back and forth a couple of times. And he heard me babbling to my birds one day. And he said, hey, Liane, in the back and forth, because I'd sent him a little video or whatever. Uh-huh. He said, you know that's light language. I said, I know that's what? He said, light language. Do you not know that light language? I said, no. So he sent me season 3 episode, I think it was 1 or whatever it was, with Lisa Royale Holt and her partner, Ron Holt, who had a whole group of people who were sitting there light language communicating with each other. And I don't know, it was very strange, but it was also right after I had this pineal gland meditation where I shot through this bright colored tube thing in the meditation. Like, so I don't know if that's a Kundalini awakening, but it was definitely some kind of a charge happening that I was never the same after that meditation. That's when more of the artwork started coming through, and I was more able to articulate in small clumps what I was trying to say in the music and stuff. So like, I don't know, it's just been a very pretty interesting journey. So I've got an interview with Ruben that I never posted because I was so ADD and there was no Grizzly there controlling Liane. I was just
Liane.
quiet, let him talk, stop interrupting. Oh my God, I was like a little puppy. The only thing I didn't do was wet myself. So that's in the hard drive. I've got that. I did release like one old interview I did with my friend Nate because he had done ayahuasca. And I had to cut it in 2 parts because it was a long talk, So I feel like I'm more inclined to do like hangouts and talk back and forth with people.
Yeah.
Like Joe Rogan does, or, and like with a little Russell Brandish kind of, I don't know, like with breasts.
Yeah, I think that's more your style and more you're laid back, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, like more laid back and less like structured interview. Like I really just, I can't, because I'm not uptight, so I can't have that going on in my story.
Right. No. I mean,
it's nice that we're working out what I'm doing on my show with the audience. That this week's show is all about what we're doing next week and the week after and how we're.
It's very. You never know. That is the kicker. That's one thing I like about it. You never know if you're going to go up.
You'll grow with us. You'll watch us build it from really, I have a podcast to whatever it turns into. So I'm looking forward to the growth and the unfolding. Very much.
Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome because you never know what you're going to talk about, what direction you're going to go in, or who may be potential guest or guest, because it's whatever you want to do, right? It's you.
And I'm pretty spontaneous. That kind of precedes me. And then the no filter, like I keep the TVs on. I told you guys, like one's got Joe Dispenza talking to Andre Duquam. The other one's got Greg Braden. And then for whatever reason, my TV was on the Alien Nation Dust channel on the Samsung network or whatever it is I have before I go to home and then pick whatever app I really want to watch. So it just goes in the background. So in the back of my head, I thought I should really go check on the birds when I was mixing. Grizzly will tell you. And all of a sudden I hear something about something very strange. I'm not gonna reveal the whole thing, but I decided what the Christmas episode is. And it just goes back to what I posted on Facebook of my dad's when he complained that he got censored in Connecticut because he had the word naked in the title of his film. And back in the late 60s, they were a little uptight. And so his ads got buried. He wasn't going to say nothing. So I've got this whole letter. So, that's it. It's the Curtis. We're not going to get censored. We'll try not to say anything that gets us tossed off YouTube. However, there are things I want to talk about, especially the Christmas episode.
And you're like, I'm being serious. I'm like, yeah. I mean,
these guys were just baiting you right now. Just baiting you. Sorry. But you know what, really? It's almost Halloween, and Halloween means it's Christmas, right? So maybe we'll do it a little early. Like, I don't know. Maybe not.
Somebody asked me the other day, they're like, so on your lineups and stuff and your topics, I'm like, I have no idea. They're like, what do you mean you have no idea? I'm like, I don't know. Whatever she does, she does. They're like, you don't have a button to your beat.
Attention deficit disorder and just being really like multi-aware of everything going on. You never know what I'm gonna. Oh, look, fish! Like, I don't know. It'll be fun.
No, and that's the thing, right? Because when it comes to people's everyday lives, we just talked about this before the show started, right? It's just like every day's different. The topic's
Right.
different. And
The mood is different.
It is.
Hydration level is different.
Yeah, totally.
Did you sleep last night? Like, who knows?
No, I did. I slept really well. I was just like,
I slept better than usual. I had my earthing mat there on the bed. That's been helping me sleep a little bit, to be honest. So yeah. I just stopped talking about what I do, and we should start trolling for sponsors and get real about making some money. And then,
have we not talked about that? We talked about that the other day. We was texting back and forth. I'm like, hey, look, you already got that one. I ain't gonna say who or what, when or what, whatever. I'm like, see, that's a start. You're like, what do you mean?
For a start, no, he's talking about I went and did an 80s night at my favorite New York dispensary, Flower Power, at 22 West 56th Street, New York, New York, 10023.
That's
Amanda
right.
and Angelo, look at that. No, but eventually maybe, like the annoying Russell Brand and like the annoying Jean Nolan talking about you have to get gold. Maybe I'll have to start spewing shit like that at you guys because, who doesn't like money? I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to eat food.
Right. Right.
If I'm going to sit here and talk to you, then maybe somebody my dream job is I don't have to leave the house. I don't have to interact with anybody in person. And I get paid just to be me. And I think that's what we're talking about right now. So fingers crossed, this is going to work.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're looking for Liane to be your sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, reach out to her. So yes. See, look, little twisted said noble gold
over there. Noble gold, exactly. A little twisted noble gold. Does everybody, a little dabble do ya or something?
Yeah, right.
I'll get my own sponsors. John Nolan can keep his noble gold to himself. That's fine. Although I do talk to Frank. I love Frank. We befriended. Well, he allowed me into his space. Facebook private messages, but I have pretty intellectual, high-end conversations with him. It's good because he's very special. I think I've watched Packing to Mars like a million times. That's a lie. Tres Tiempo. I watched it.
That's funny.
Yeah, Frank is good. Frank never gets emotional. So he's easy to hear, if that makes sense. Not listen to, hear. Big difference.
Well, everybody, what are they saying? Look into parrot wear too. Patriot wear. That is a good one. You know what?
Sean Ryan will come talk to me one day. Wouldn't that be fun?
I will. You know what, little twisted? I will reach out to them tomorrow for Liane. So I will reach out to Patriot wear. You know what? They may consider you. I didn't think about them. That's actually a good company. They're still talking about you and your breath.
The 16 candles swag, la la la. Yeah. It's my 80s persona helping me. The thing that never goes away can be spun to my advantage. It really is. You can spin anything. Well, it's a good to know. Thank you, A Little Twisted, for the information. I don't mean to just, heads up. I just say shit. So if something comes out flip, I didn't mean it to be flip. I'm just trying to be funny. And sometimes it's a swing and a miss. So, but again, circling back, ADD all over the place. Like my dad said, if I do something and it has offended nobody, I'm not doing much.
Right. Yeah, that's what we used to say in law enforcement all the time. If you're not getting complaints, you're not doing your job.
Well, exactly. I enjoy being a disruptor if it disrupts incoherence and brings some kind of moonstruck. Snap out of it.
Yeah.
Snap out of it.
Right.
Come on, people now. Right? Great song. I really feel like there's somebody said something about the love movement, flower power.
Right.
Dispensers. Flower power back in the 1960s and 70s. It was an attempt to shift the consciousness. But whatever, darker forces who were threatened by that definitely squished it and more murders.
Well, that's why they took Mighty Mouse off the TV.
All kinds of things,
Popeye, they took him off the TV.
because he ate spinach.
Spinach. Yes. I'm like, what do you mean, Popeye? I mean, it was out of a can.
Listen,
It was spinach. Whatever.
my weed doesn't come in a can. What? No. Popeye, what? Felix the cat. Like, that's what they should have taken off. That guy's a fucking drug addict with his bag of drugs, just getting high all over the place.
I know.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? And you ban Popeye? What is this place?
I know, right? I still can't believe Popeye though. That was ironic. That was like whatever. So
I don't know, man. I don't
a little
know.
twisted. I am going to reach out to some people because you actually gave me some ideas for Liane. So thank you.
Thank you. A little twisted.
I don't know if Liane can. I don't know if I got a beeper enough where I can. Every time she talks, where I can beep beep, but I can work on that somehow.
Look, I was told by an older woman, "Don't forget to put your makeup on." I'm like, "What make?" And then I had the talk from my handler in Michigan, Detroit. His name's Vanilla Dick. That's all you get.
What?
If he's listening.
What?
That's not a thing. It's his name.
Are you being for real? Are you?
Well, I call it. My other nickname for him is Dr. Dick. And sometimes I call him Dick the Peeper. But it all depends. But Vanilla Dick, that's and you know who I'm talking to if you're watching. You know who you are.
So anyway, all right. I got a confession. I got to tell you. So when I was married, when my father-in-law was alive, people he used to own a car lot, and they were like, "What's that guy's name over there?" And I'm like, "Just go up and say his name's Dick." So he couldn't figure out why everybody just one day he's like, "Why does everybody keep calling me Dick?"
A little twisted, dude. If you can't handle it, I would leave now. Run far, run fast. Like it's not. It's just.
Oh my God! Yeah.
He told me. It's three different things. When you're selling Liane Curtis.
Yeah, it is. It actually
says
is.
it like that. He says, you gotta, what are you selling? I'm like, okay, I'll put the like, and just like, the 80s, and this older woman. I shouldn't call you that because if you're
look who just came in.
What? Stone Hobbit. Yes. Oh no. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Well, how about that?
Yay!
Speaking into existence.
I'm so glad. We did. We spoke you into the.
Yeah, we actually did. That's ironic. So yeah.
Like no. So she said when I posted that I was going to Chiller, and then I found out that Molly Ringwald was going to be there. She knows me. I'm notorious for fuck makeup. I do that for work. I don't need makeup. Like maybe some women need makeup. Like I'm 60 years old. I don't have lipstick. That's all you're gonna get. Like I get really passive aggressive with them because it was only fun when I wasn't allowed to do it. Now that I have to, it's just like, oh my God. Oh, like, and I look at all the. I do sometimes look at the video queens because honestly. Like this is where I'm all over the place. These guys that go and sing and La Cage aux Folles, their makeup is amazeballs.
Yeah.
So not that I don't know how to do it, but every once in a while I imagine that maybe I can do something a little kooky. But maybe for the Lunatics video.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, because I have to make music videos. I've already made 2 for 2 of my songs, and I got to keep doing that. Like so many plates to keep spinning and update the website. Like I'm only one Medusa.
I know. Well, I'm getting ready to add to your plate. I'm getting ready to add to your plate.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so I love your intro.
Down, Abraham Lincoln.
I loved your intro so well. Let's have another one made for your exit. I mean, come on, why not?
Well, we could just take a little bit, like maybe we can split it in half.
No, I like it too much because that represents you. Yeah, I don't have to be done by next week. I mean,
Right,
if
it's
it
a work
can,
in
that's
progress,
good.
and it's not a race. Like if it's a race,
Right,
then it's messy, and if it's messy, then it's annoying.
right.
And if
That's
it's
so
annoying, I
true.
don't want to
See,
do it, and then it's not fun, and we're done.
right. That is true.
To quote Hecklefish,
That's right. That is so
"Listen,
true.
people, I want to talk to AJ.
AJ.
AJ, oh God, come on, somebody. Who's AJ? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
A little twist that
People.
Monday's podcast, Tuesday's websites, Wednesday's exit, Thursday is Leanne's not even listening. She's like,
I'm
I'm out.
exhausted.
I'm out.
No, I'm eyeballing my bong because it's overwhelming what's happening. Stop the brain. God.
She's a little twisted's laughing. I know, right? A little twisted.
We're all a little.
I got homework now.
While we're
Yeah.
riding the frequency.
I know, right?
Ooh. Yeah.
So,
Like I've been watching Frasier. I want to be like Bulldog and get some kind of like, some horn to go like.
yeah. It's funny.
Right? Have my
That'd be
studio full of sound effects.
Right.
No, I won't do that to you. I promise.
She says you can have Sunday off.
Maybe. Because that's when I'll have to clean the house that I've been ignoring for days, doing all of your.
Me?
People that drive down the street, like everybody wants to listen to their music.
You know what? When I was down on Bourbon Street, right, I thought this car was coming dumping. I'm talking dumping like bass. I'm talking like I thought the windows were going to come out. It was a crackhead riding a tricycle with this big 18-inch subwoofer on the back of his tricycle. And I'm like, what the hell? I couldn't get my cameras out to film it or take photographs. I was laughing so hard.
So a crackhead with a big subwoofer on a tricycle into a bar.
On a bicycle, but it was a tricycle. He was riding it. He had his hat on backwards, missing. I'm like, man, you cannot. I mean, it sounded like a car. It really did.
Wow.
I've never seen nothing like it before.
Guess he went to Al and Ed's Auto Sound for tricycle.
I mean, everybody in the street got out of the way because we thought it was a car.
Well,
it was like a cartoon. Somebody riding a bicycle and a train horn.
I don't know, man, but like if you like to keep people far beep away from you, see, I censored myself so that no one else would do it. See, if I censor myself first, then right, then that makes your job not so fun. But it makes me make noises like beep.
You remind me of the Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner now.
Oh no!
I can handle that.
David Adair used to call me you wicked monkey, you.
Oh God!
You're such a wicked monkey. He would tell me, "Oh my God,
that's bad." Look, Stone Hobbit down there is laughing, saying,
"I'm sure." Well, wicked monkey, Medusa with insubordinate snakes who do nothing. Like, what are they doing? Nothing. And then they'll probably want me to feed them. Like, what the fuck? Beep.
Somebody's gonna be tuning in. They're gonna hear all these noises. Like, what the hell?
It's R2D2.
Riding the frequency.
Yeah, she's channeling R2D2. Like, we're not sure how that happened exactly, but
Oh.
Like, here's our new sponsor, Lucasfilms.
Yeah, right. Man, that would be golden, wouldn't it? Look, Denise.
Yeah, well, I don't know if my friend Dean would want to talk to me. He owns Electric Entertainment. He did.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Well, yeah, it's like I wonder. Like all these people, they say they can't help me, but they love me. But maybe they'll be on my podcast.
Yeah, we'll put them on a little.
The fucking tea? What?
I have no idea where that came from.
No, I know what that means. She's making a play on words because potty mouth, riding the frequency.
Oh, I got you.
Motor on a tricycle and would ride it around. Yeah, because he didn't want to talk to anybody, Roger, and it worked.
Roger, I swear, I tried to film it. I tried to grab my camera. I couldn't grab my cell phone. It was that funny.
Yeah, we
all,
should take the
we all
cameras
get
in
out of
the
the
subway
street.
sometime. Like you'll see rats stealing like boxes of pizza from people who aren't paying attention. It's a crazy down there.
Yeah,
But I don't think the signal would work. Yeah, there's actually it's like all these people getting free advertising. There's an Instagram account called Subway Creatures.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, you should follow that if you want to get a load of what goes on down there. Down there in the subway, the filth.
I would hate to see what goes on down
Don't
there.
like going into the filth of the subway. That's what I call it. It's like my germophobia. No.
Right.
Not what we're doing. Like I would rather arrange my visits out with the schedule of my doormen, who are very kind when they drive into work. Like I know when they're coming, and that's when I'm leaving. And then I know when they're leaving, and that's when I'm coming home. Oh, it's amazing how I always have the same parking spot. Not.
Wow.
Well, but Lady Liane, aka Princess Potty Mouth. See, and I'm not trying to insult anybody, but like it's kind of like Tourette's sometimes.
Right.
It can be.
Well, I was just told that my nose looked that I'm Jewish.
Oh, well, according to a script that I own, that's actually I can't say anything more. Like are there any script writers that are WGA who are very bored and want to help me expand a treatment? You'll have to sign an NDA because the idea is way too good. It was my mother's. Yeah. You know what? So did JD Vance, he says, because his mama had a nasty mouth. But let's not talk about politics. But I just remember that one thing that he said. A lot of people's mamas were like really seriously, like very religious and very beep.
Right. And that's
true. Yeah, I'll be that mama.
I would be. I think I could be. I don't know.
You're going to be a mama one day when you grow up?
I don't know.
What?
Everybody else, what's the deal with these kids using litter boxes?
I like my kids using litter boxes.
Have you not seen that?
When they have fur and 4 legs. No, this is like when somebody told me there was an ice problem in Hawaii, and I was like, is that weather? And they just looked at me like, ice.
Yeah, in Hawaii.
Meth. And I thought, oh.
Yeah.
I have a podcast? Like the blonde roots pop out here and there. Yeah, they just do. So no, I don't watch the news. And what's with the litter box and kids? Their kids using a litter box?
And Roger says, I'm going to be a Pat Paul one day. Don't rush me now. Don't rush me. I'm still young. So.
Yeah, he's just a baby. I'm like 60 years old. I'm waiting for my first grand something that doesn't have 4 legs.
Yeah, right.
So I can tell him what I think and then send him home and tell him, shh, don't tell your parents I told you all about the aliens. They won't let you go next time.
Lorna says, my granny hid the whiskey in her teapot. Oh, teapots.
Yeah. I'm drinking tea right now, but it's just black tea with a little bit of coffee bean and tea. Oh, hear more free advertising for coffee bean and tea leaf. They've got billions.
There you go.
Let's go get them. And that's a lot, and a lot of vanilla powder for I make hot milk like a mama, and my black tea with my vanilla powder and my Primal Harvest collagen powder in there, so that I don't get all cricky like a mama. not what we're doing.
No, not at all.
No.
So on your trip this week, so what do you plan on going to do then?
Well, I thought I'd try to shoot some B-roll since I don't have like a third person. My friend who helped me shoot the Aliens Are Here video, Mia.
Right.
She's actually in Hawaii. So I don't have extra hands, sadly. So I do have a tripod. So maybe we can shoot some B-roll that's not too jerky. But it'll give us something to talk about, because I don't think Eric has really talked about Montauk. And I'm sick of talking about Antarctica. How many times can you say the same thing?
Right.
boy. Just like when I was talking with David Adair, it's like I kind of don't really want to talk about Pithlum. I kind of want to talk about like you as a human being and how you're unfolding and how that all felt. But it was hard. He's so used to saying the same thing all the time that he kept reverting back into his stories. But he's all right. He's a good guy. He's got a good heart.
Yeah, Denise is at the video I saw Liane with the aliens. Yes, the one we
The
played
music
on the
video. Yeah.
Yes, that is correct.
That was me just having fun and being bored. Like I have an iPhone and I shot the whole thing on an iPhone. I learned how to use a green screen. I learned how to make animation in Motion 5. Right. I wrote the song. I produced it. I recorded it. I made the music video. It's like really like an episode of the snakes were all cooperating because I only have two hands.
Crazy.
And somehow I managed to figure it out as I went flying by the seat of my pants.
As Lorna says, that alien video is going to become iconic. That's why I try to tell people when we first played it, is you made it all off your phone.
Right. And like I realized after there's a 4K setting in iPhone. I didn't know that. So I have it set to 4K. So the next time I go guerrilla shooting stuff,
right,
I've got it on 4K. And I still have my Final Cut Pro because I bought that. And I've got my Logic Pro because I bought that. And I've got my Motion 5 because I also bought that. Thank you, Apple. And my Mac Studio. Like, so now I just need you guys to come watch what I put out if you wanna. And if you don't, it's okay.
Yeah, and click on the links and go visit, and absolutely.
Yeah, it's only got 263 views. Like I was hoping it would have more. It has about 11,000 plays on Spotify though. So that was good. That happened really quickly. But like I said, it's the algorithms. It's like breathing. It expands, it contracts. 2,500 listeners, 11 listeners.
Right.
So yeah. It was really nice when Eric and I went to this bar and this Caribbean fusion restaurant the other night, last night. Seems like a year ago already. God. But they were talking to me, and then Eric outed me. And then I got bold and said, "Can I play something on your Spotify? Is that what the iPad's hooked up to?" You know what I did. I'd never heard the music played in a venue on like a real sound system before. It's not one of my options when I'm mixing because I never know what it's going to sound like later. I was very pleasantly surprised. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Right? Because like I said, I'm a professional engineer now.
Unbelievable. I think it's good. I mean,
okay.
First time I saw that, I was like, wow, I can't even do that. I have to use all kinds of software. So.
As far as I'm concerned, it's passable and it's semi-competitive. And again, that's like really kind of not why I did it. I just did it because I really need to express myself. Yeah, that's kind of a full stop. Like everybody wants to be seen and everybody wants to be heard. So, right, including our audience who's making funny and on point comments. So yeah, so Eric Hecker, he'll be a guest. I'm gonna see if I can't get people like Greg Braden and Bruce Lipton, even though I'm a little fledgling birdie freaky frequency. Who says beep a lot. But maybe, you never know. It took 5 years for the podcast to manifest itself. Hopefully it doesn't take 5 years for Greg Braden and Bruce Lipton.
Nah, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Ryan, I have a list. Talk to them all.
That's right.
Alan Steinfeld. That's the other one I interviewed.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Awesome.
We'll look at that. Okay, so I think we need to kind of wrap it up, don't we?
So next week we'll have hopefully some stuff from your trip, which would be real exciting.
Maybe. I don't know if we'll have Eric next week, but I'll have stories at least.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Like,
don't forget, check out our website. All of our links that we have posted, ladies and gentlemen. Please do.
And come see me in Parsippany, New Jersey on the 25th, 26th, and 27th if you're in the vicinity.
And that's this month, right?
Yeah, that's a week.
It is this month.
Friday. I'll have CDs. I'll have CDs. So after the weekend, I'll be able to show you that I have CDs. It'll be great. I ordered 100 of them.
Awesome. Well, this hour went by so fast, like always with you. It's just incredible. It goes by too fast.
When you're having beep.
Laura Eisenhower, Little Twist is asking.
I don't, it's all about if these people are willing to talk to me. I don't know. Like the communities are so different. Like 16 Candles, I was in 80s movies means nothing to these people. And half the people in Hollywood could give a fuck whether she's, beware the military industrial complex, Like I know I had to fight an alligator guy and talk back to him all the time for my mom. So when she says, and when they say dinosaurs, reptilians, under earth, I'm sure there are some humans wandering around who evolved from lizard people, not gorillas. Like, and if that's actually the case, you know who I will 100% guarantee has reptilian DNA? That one. I will tell you why I say that next week. How's that? We can talk about
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
It can be like a psychological. We'll talk about my mother and where all my problems and dramas. No, it's not true. Okay, doctors.
All right.
Thanks
Tune
for
in.
an hour.
That's right. And from coast to coast, around the world. Don't forget, we got a show coming up in 30 minutes. Godspeed. Bye-bye.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Frequency.
I'm Liane. Are you ready to ride the frequency?